Hello, welcome back to Dry Creek Beekeeping. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Gamma and the Delta Hive, and I'm really just hoping to see some good things. The Gamma Hive recently swarmed, and I split the Delta Hive because it was growing too rapidly, and I'm hoping today when I go in there, I can see some good things. If the Delta Hive has continued to expand at the rate that it was, then I'm actually going to end up putting a honey super on it, just because I think they'll be able to fill it. Alright, so starting off with the Gamma Hive here. Yeah, already I can see they have quite a low population. There's hardly any bees up here. It looks like they do have some decent stores, but the population is so dang low that they've hardly made any progress really since the past 2 weeks. And all of the frames that they were using for brood, it seems that they have, oh, they're getting mad. Yeah, it seems like all the frames that they were using for brood, they're now using for honey stores. Yeah, there is not a single brood frame in this upper box. I'm gonna take a look at the lower box just to make sure they are making eggs. No brood just yet. Just some stores so far. Again, no brood. And on this side, there's a queen cell. In fact, there's two, but they both already been opened and it looks like they're deconstructing them. So, all right, here is a foundationless frame. There's a lot of bees hanging off of it. And actually, I do see a couple eggs in here, but I'm not entirely sure what that means. Does that mean the queen's alive and she's only laid 2 eggs in that frame? Or is there a laying worker? Who knows? It looks like they haven't fully deconstructed all the queen cells in this hive. I went through this entire hive and I only saw those 2 eggs. What that means, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, there could be a chance that the queen just hasn't started laying yet. That happens. Sometimes there is a delay with new queens in laying eggs. And that's kind of what I'm going to put my money on here. I think that's what's happening with this hive. So I'm just going to close it up and I will come back in 2 weeks and see if they are laying eggs then. But yeah, population is extremely low in this hive, which isn't exactly good. All right, now moving on to the Delta Hive. Let's see what we got here. Now this one I took a few frames out of to make a split. Oh wow, oh I didn't even realize. Okay, so this frame here, you would never believe it just looking at it, but this is a foundationless frame that they have filled with honey. And I can't tell if it's drone larvae or worker, but either way, they have filled out this entire frame. That is cool to see. And this here is a heavy frame. It's all brood and honey, and this side is just all honey. And this is the other foundationless frame that I put in right here. And yeah, it looks like a lot of honey. One interesting thing with these foundationless frames is they're making the comb a lot wider. Oh, and this one actually does just have some worker brood in it. That's cool. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they're doing that. And this is the last foundationless frame. This was the original test frame right here. The first time I ever tested foundationless frames. And yeah, about what I expected. Lots of drone brood and some honey. But yeah, this hive has once again expanded quite rapidly, and I think that it would be good to put a honey super on it so that they have more room to expand. However, before I do that, I'm going to take a look at the bottom deep super just to make sure they aren't going to swarm like the Gamma Hive did. That's some good brood right there. That is a really good bit of brood on a very healthy frame. There's lots of pollen stores, lots of nectar stores, and good brood. Yeah, there's lots of like little queen cells in here, but none of them actually have anything in them. They seem to just be practice ones. So I'm not gonna worry about those really at all. I probably didn't even have to look down in this bottom super. I just wanted to make sure they weren't making queen cells, and they aren't. So they're getting very, very mad. So I'm just gonna close them back up and call it a day. All right, so to recap what I saw and what I did here today, the Gamma Hive, of course, swarmed recently, so the population is very low, and I did not see any eggs or brood in there, which could mean that they don't have a queen, but that's probably not the case. The queen's probably just not laying yet, and I guess we'll see in the coming weeks whether or not that changes. The Delta Hive is doing great. I don't really have many complaints for it, actually. They have been expanding rapidly. They still have good brood, good eggs, very good stores, and I am going to put a honey super on it a little bit later. That will be off camera, since I don't actually have the honey super yet. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.